as to whether or not teams are going to have a good handle on this, etc. But immediately in this first round with TSM starting out on attack,
do a Coach Chet impression
is all over the map, frankly. Right now, Leviathan floating in
a lot
mid.
of things that we just need to
He
kind
could
of
be looking
improve on
towards that A site, which is where we see the stack up from utility of the killjoy. We'll
like for example, we just didn't have any call outs for things that were just
TSM playing it
obvious.
very
Just
slow
close
right
left,
now.
close
They've got
right.
control of A. They were looking for maybe a B take instead. They're going to head towards the caves. The spike is there with them and look towards pyramid to head towards
I like
A.
Chet. He's about to
covering that from the defenders.
All right, come on, attacking up. Here we go.
The right lineup here, and here comes the
doggy
screen. So ready for the entry. There's nobody.
Make the move off the screen. Good stuff.
Punish this initial entry, and that's going to allow for a plant deep by pyramids.
Leviathan launches the tree, and he'll head back, still sitting on top of this. Spike not down just yet. Looking
oh
just
my God!
Tetris.
Don't
Leviathan will try to light up with that frenzy long
That's
range.
such a scary challenge with that weapon, dude. I'm so scared.
And down goes Hazed. Hazed has been having a rough
Let's get
day
one.
so far.
Wardell.
Be a difference maker
Very
for TSM
nice.
if he can find his footing. TSM though, the rest of the team capable of finding.
What else we got?
2 kills answered back by Poised, so it's a 3v3.
What else we got?
Poised taking some damage in the process. They're gonna sit on
Careful.
top of that spike. Sage of Subroza's blinded. Neptune wrapping around. 2 big kills for Neptune. He's been the savior of Rise for so long. Wardell will have to do his part, but Neptune's 3-piece will seal the deal. And what is that? 9 rounds in a row if you go back to map number 2 as Rise takes the very first pistol round.
Wow. What a round from Neptune. We've been talking about him, and now that he's switched off the Phoenix onto the Sky, filling a very, very similar role. Some would say more potently, to be honest. He's just as efficient, and look at the timing on the screen. Super unfortunate for TSM that couldn't come up just a second or two sooner.
You know,
and given them
just the first round
positioning advantage,
we're forcing up.
They would not have been known quantities.
Pause champ.
Well, Rise.
Pause.
Again, we talked about how good they were on the pistol rounds, and reiterate it. Keep that record up. TSM now on the back foot to start things off once again.
Looking right now through Hall and mid is where Leviathan is going to be, but above, not on the ground. Pass by each other like ships in the night, but Shanks is above, and the Bulldog does the work it needs to. Hazed the first casualty yet again. It was Wardell in map 2 that was dying so frequently at the beginning, and now the onset, it's going to be Hazed this time.
Never mind.
So the 2 kills come in for Rise. You expect that given the artillery they're going to be bringing.
Wait.
A pair of Bulldogs in the hands of TSM as they find their very first kill. It's Wardell credited with it, and only to find more. A second now onto Neptune. More hand from Rise, no more. Shanks on 3 HP, very easy kill. Derek goes down, still Shanks quite low. Wardell has things working for him in the midst of the pyramids. He'll shoot over towards Tetris. Loop around, look from above on the stairs, but he's going to be wary of the blind spot to his left, and that's where they're going to be coming from. Poor target prioritization as they went to both swing at the same time. The 3 HP is Shanks.
Almost Wardell.
Supamen.
Good hustle.
Full shields is too much for him.
Nice try
from Wardell and from TSM to try to course.
But now we're even more fucking broke.
Round goes in favor of Rise.
So part of what I think makes Breeze a difficult map for certain teams is the sheer quantity of angles when addressing any site. No matter how many flanks you throw at the enemy, angles and cover, openness, openness, openness. Now through that,
all right, let's get this eco out of the way.
TSM coming out of A main, that
0-3, take it back, 1-3. After that, come on.
Deep in A, and they had the visual to take
get a few guns off of them.
In the advantage.
Make them broke, make them choke. The fuck is going on here?
Because of that as well, but he wasn't able to isolate enough 1v1s early.
Shanks, I'm gonna need you to go back and hit the Kovacs, okay, buddy? Because that was 2 free kills, and I don't know where you're aiming at. All right, shaking.
It's a pistol round for TSM. They don't really have a lot.
I'll be your coach if you need one. I don't care.
I don't think Derek has been able to pull off a bullet pen kill just yet with the Ares, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Wasn't successful on Haven. Breeze is a different beast entirely.
All right, Wardell, you're up.
1 minute to go in round number 3. You hear the knives get pulled out.
Yep.
Down he goes. Wardell's got the utility. He's got the ultimate, and that's a nice shot from him.
What am I seeing here?
So was
Let's
Shanks
see.
being
Yep.
dead and done for. Another for Wardell.
Give me one more. Give me one more, you dirty fucking dog. Come on.
Through these but young 2 rounds. Wardell on 11 HP. We'll try.
Let's go. Hey. They're outnumbered. We know it. Look at where the ult's going. Yep.
Will continue to take up
Come
space
on,
with the rest of
overwhelm.
TSM all around him. Hayes the first to die
Oh,
from TSM.
bloody
Third round
fucking
in a row.
fucker,
Wardell shut down
fuck.
by Garrett. Harry's in.
There we
He's got
are.
so much ammunition. He can continue to do some damage.
He doesn't hit
Next
those.
one up.
He doesn't
Off
hit
to the
those
left.
flicks.
Subroza punishes him for
He
that.
don't.
And Supamen in a 1v2. Spend out his utility. Possibly stop the plant from going down? No, he won't.
Nope.
Spike successful.
It's a miss.
Superman will
Swing
watch
and a
the
miss.
Caves where the final two members of TSM have retreated to. No information for him, though. So Superman wants to keep this streak alive. It's been roughly 40 minutes, if not longer,
what we like.
since TSM successfully won a round
We're in
against
his head.
Rise, and it seems almost certain at this point that that streak will break. Crossfire held, an impossible task. That's the Devil's split right in front of Superman. We'll try to bait one of them out, maybe isolate them. Leviathan will swing first. That's the intel that Superman needed. He'll go right back on it as they'll fire away and through it. But oh no, the utility misses. Superman able to do some damage. It's at halfway. He doesn't know where the other is. He's blinded and he misses the cross from Subroza. Back on he'll go. He sees Subroza and he'll get it. Does he have time for the spike? No.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
for Superman.
That is what I'm
Only
fucking
counts
talking
in
about, baby.
horseshoes and hand grenades,
Take
and
it.
TSM takes their first round.
Good round.
Wow, that almost was a
Good round.
recovery for Superman.
Get some let's fucking
Especially
goes in
when
the chat,
you
some
saw
LFGs. Put the
that
little
miss
tennis
of
ball with the mouth.
utility from Leviathan. You'd think that that snake bite would have landed, but just couldn't. With that pyramid, sometimes it can be tricky to you know,
All right.
get that
The
utility.
tide
where
is
you want
turned,
it to
boys.
be.
They're on their ego.
So TSM,
We got the
yeah.
guns.
Huzzah, they finally get around.
Let's make some
Feels like
things
it's been a while,
happen.
Parker.
Bang!
But that it's been a few minutes. Wardell, early pick here. He was a big part of the success in last round. He's going to be a big part of the success if we
He's
see
bitch
it in
made.
this.
Don't
Pistols
forget it.
on Rise, it seems very likely.
Wardell's got the op in
controlling
hand.
balls there, and it's going to be an aggressive
Make us
push
that
from
money.
Leviathan. We're up to door. He could do some work here. He's got the utility to cover his flank as he does so.
That's a
Check his
free.
corners
That's a
and open
free
that
A side
door up
buster.
as Subroza stands
Uh-huh.
in between the pyramids. TSM have the A site.
You know
the
this
way that
fool's
they
mid.
want it. The spike's been delivered as well. And at
Hayes,
some point, Bang
good
can
lurk,
go
good
for the
lurk.
spike plan. Hayes involved with the very first pick this time. For the first time, he's not going to die though.
Hayes, we're gonna bump up your retirement plan a little bit
Rather,
if you
the
keep
second
on
pick as
performing.
Derek goes down. Shanks had died at such an early start of
We're
the
gonna
round. I almost
incentivize your old
forgot that
ass. We
Shanks
know
had
what your
died.
priorities are.
3v5
was
now
so
for
early.
Rise.
A little
So
401k?
TSM have that spike planted. It's going to be
We'll hook
a
you up.
retake.
Little
Post plant here. Utility lined up for TSM as Leviathan will now head through the halls.
help you out a little bit.
So that smoke from Viper in front of him. Bird in the hands for Subroza, looking for a pop flash. It'll go off. It catches Leviathan, though. That's not the target that it wanted, so he has to fall back. And unfortunately...
Oh, don't buy this. Don't buy that.
The turret that's there gets swung on by Poised, taken down. Finally, the very first body for TSM goes, but the clock will continue to work away.
Look at the
And
gun.
this obviously
Give him the
benefits
gun.
TSM. They just continue to stall Rise's retake. And at this
Dumbass!
point, Rise
Hello?
are out there out of time.
What?
They'll back away, and TSM will take the round.
The only one with the real weapon there, Poised, will get out with it.
Wait,
So that's
they didn't
great
have
for
guns.
Rise,
Never
at
mind.
least that he recovered that. Leviathan, a little bit of an overextension. I guess he's just hungry for the kills, and also a little bit confused as to what
No.
Rise
I
was
thought
doing
they
in
had
the round.
weapons. Wait, okay,
Their
okay, look.
passivity is,
Sorry, listen, I have too much pride
interesting.
for you guys to call me iron. I
especially
thought they
considering
had
the weapons that they
weapons.
had.
I thought they
you
had
thought they would
weapons,
probably
okay?
keep it, no.
Okay.
I mean, at that point,
Okay,
TSM
wait
had
a
full
second.
control. Well done, by
Guys,
the way,
chat,
on
come
that
on,
note.
please.
The plants are
Please,
coming
wait.
on these spikes
Okay,
a little bit
dude.
slow for TSM.
Okay,
But when they happen,
great.
they're well entrenched, and that's a
Never
really important
mind.
distinction. Ready to rebuff the retake from Rise. Finally, we see rifles on both teams.
And we're going to be on
See how this-
even footing right now.
Yeah.
As there was that attempt at a thrifty for Rise on round number 3. where they
All right,
didn't wanna
back
go
up
with
into
a
it,
full
2-2.
body here in this place.
Quick recovery from TSM also worth noting. They were down bad at the start here, and they put themselves. Well, we just
I
talked
hate
about
you
not
guys.
only in terms of economy, but in terms of round count on even footing.
Bang looking up towards Nest there, waiting to see if someone was going to try to pressure in mid. Bang now joined at the side by Hayes. They'll continue to move forward at this point for
Oh.
TSM.
Look at that mid control.
He's always
Look at the way we're
involved in that very
maneuvering
first
around the
bit of
map.
conflict.
Look at all the pressure we fucking got,
awesome.
baby. Look at all the space we're fucking taking.
Mid control
Come
looks
on.
like translated to an A take, but
The Sova ain't
just
shit.
on the precipice.
The Sova ain't shit.
Lined up at doors
He
right
ain't
now.
shit.
Tased again, falls the wrong way.
He
Where
ain't
goes
shit.
next? Poised tries
Get
to
this
save the
fucking
round,
bitch
but
outta
his
here.
team's still playing off
Poised.
that same spot. He's going to get swamped right now as TSM isolate. They continue to
You ain't poised, son.
But for Rise, they
You
trigger
ain't.
one by one, and they're successful on these trades, but they're not doing any real damage. They're
What
just
are you
trading
shooting
out
at?
one by one. Now quarterbacking the spike, going
Hold
down
it.
from Subroza. It's the operator.
Hold it,
named
Wardell.
Looking in one direction.
This was gonna bring us back. Hold it. Hold it.
I'm working against the team of Rise as the defense tries to do what they can, and Superman will find Wardell, leaving Subroza in a 1v3, make it 0v3. Rise have had some struggles there, but they managed to pull that one off on this round as we characterized it with even footing, and Rise will go up 3-2.
So that an entry from TSM, yeah, you get 2 picks onto Derek and Poised, but you didn't get Neptune. He's still playing by the stairs, and he's still holding firm. He manages to trade one out as well. And okay,
Guys,
yeah,
I'll
he's
hold
getting
something
clamped
firm if
down,
you don't
but
stop this
enough
TSM
punishment
slander
for
right now.
Rise to make
All right,
that
they got
first
lucky.
super
That's what happened.
on top of that, Wardell trying to hold the angle for the cross, and the timing was just not for him, in his favor, because there had already been
Enough of
two
this
players
bullshit.
across to their side.
Just a little bit of luck,
And when
smidge
he
bit of
got
luck.
off the angle, that's exactly when we saw Shanks peak that same angle, which is why they both missed. They were just not ready to address those fights.
Fucking doggo.
Yeah, that's tricky for TSM. Just the flood out through doors and main didn't work out.
All right, another A hit. Look on my.
Push once again is going to come towards A. TSM stacked
Hey,
up inside
hey!
the cave. Derek can read into this one and will try to track
Thank God.
the Hunter's Fury. I don't think he hits the marks that he wants. Looking for that default plant spot that's been going down right next to the back pyramid.
Who died?
Beautiful
Bang?
shot from Shanks. Hawk talked about how the only one really hopping was Wardell, but now he can finally maybe meet his match. We'll take a look and see. Leviathan and Bang down for the count. They're on the mat. Lockdown does nothing. TSM will have to reset at some point as they will struggle to
Bang.
push in, but
No
nice
more
bullpen
fucking pixie
shot and
sticks
a
for you.
kill onto Poised. Subroza
I don't
gets a
care.
pick, alleviating some of the presence that you saw from the defenders. Neptune answers back.
Tired of your
engaged,
shit.
Lasting a lot longer than he usually has. Derek also takes out Subroza, and it's Wardell in a 1v4. A great player, no doubt, but this might be too much of a heady task for him as there's 4 targets to find. He finds one, but he's on the wrong side of that equation, and Rise grows their lead as they're up.
Show me
4-2.
the scoreboard. Show me.
Not a lot he could have done in that
What the
situation,
fuck?
Obviously, again, the setup on A for Rise is pretty solid. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that
Hey!
TSM are continuing to
Wardell.
commit to this A.
Wardell, can you share some of your fucking pre-workout, please?
Across 6
We need it.
rounds.
Get it
We
flowing.
have seen TSM take
Get the
mid
pre-workout
control,
enema
as I'm
going.
sure you're
Share
all
it. I don't
noticing.
care.
Rise doesn't seem to care about them. They're playing this 2B, 3A, and it's working for them. The mid hasn't even been much of a consideration at all. What a shot there from Derek. So, with this tactical timeout for TSM,
That's the last time.
they
That's
have
the last
to
time I'm bringing up Hayes
consider their
401k
options.
in the middle of a match.
And with
Now
their
he's having a
economy being
goddamn
where it is
midlife
right now,
crisis in the middle of a goddamn
I
game.
mean, they've been good at translating tactical timeouts to round wins, but I'm not seeing a lot of
Thinking about his goddamn retirement, thinking about his life, thinking about
Am
his
I
children.
correct in saying that Rise hasn't taken a single timeout yet?
That's
And
on
this
me.
is
Yes,
TSM's
you are.
5th timeout. So, obviously, for those that might want to correct me, no, not their 5th timeout in this map. 5th timeout in total. Every single
Yeah,
time
and-
there's been an opportunity to use it, TSM have taken it. Rise have not needed to settle themselves down just yet. After that runaway success of map 2, I don't think you want to stop your momentum by taking a timeout. You don't need to at that point.
Let me tell you why, because they're gonna rise and they're
after
gonna
that
fall.
heartbreak of a round
That's
that we
why.
just witnessed,
And when they fall,
well,
they ain't
they're
gonna
gonna
time
be going
out.
in with very limited artillery. That
They don't
does
got
not
the
bode well
experience.
for them. Obviously, the upper hand will go to Rise just simply based on what is on your screen and what's in your hands. But TSM have walked away with a couple. It goes in, oh my goodness.
Could-
Their
There's
second opening pick
Can we
for
wait
Shanks
till it's
thus
fucking
far, with that
smoked?
operator in hand doing his best Wardell impression from earlier.
It's a good start there for Rise, but obviously this is... We've got
Poison's off.
TSM in a
Shameless.
bad place financially, and they're just going to do their best to try and claw out of this. So we finally do see some D pressure, and it's Supamen trying to hold back sight. He's got Neptune to assist, who has rotated his sight hold, and he's going to get 2, not quite a third, as Wardell will give him a classic. Wardell possibly a second. Oh no, this is going terrible, but he finally gets it. He won't get the third, but a little potato from both of those players, and Wardell ends up being the better of the 2 potatoes. I don't know, it was weird.
Was he the potato or was he the potato?
I think he's the potato, Parker.
Fuck.
Somebody's
I actually
always
like
been the
that.
potato.
Yeah, in this case, it was Shanks.
Potato,
but
potato.
he sure did try. And he got the early pick earlier in the round, so that's worth something.
I don't know.
Tomato tater tot.
Focused on was Neptune being removed from that duelist role and
same
being put on
difference.
Sky.
Come on.
And if you followed social media yesterday during the very
Here we go.
first day of Challenger Finals, it was talked about how, yeah, Sky is now a duelist, by the way. And
yeah, I was about to say.
a bit tongue-in-cheek, but I mean, Neptune's certainly playing her like that, and both he and Supamen have been just astonishingly good so far today, and just putting up numbers that might have made a difference against Sentinels, but once again, as we talked about before this map began, you can't really quite compare TSM and Sentinels at the present moment.
And I've also, you know, honestly, the chain off Phoenix isn't too surprising. Oh, wait, hang on a second.
Watch out.
Neptune
Watch
is
out.
in prime location.
Watch
like
out.
These players coming out of elbow.
Oh, no.
It's all about the timing and where they look. Oh, that's about as bad as it
I'm going to
could've
sleep.
gone for
I'm going to
TSM.
sleep.
Well
I'm
done
going to
to
sleep.
Neptune.
I'm going to
Right
sleep.
place, and the guiding light gets him a third. Now it's just Wardell and Subroza.
I'm going to sleep.
I don't see it. After a play like that, Neptune's done his job, and he can sit and wait for the next round.
Smurfing on them on that round, leaving Subroza and Wardell to contend with the remaining players from Rise, as Rise hopes to extend their lead right now in mid by pillar. That's where Wardell and Subroza sit. Wardell will have the knives next round. Subroza as the Seekers available at the moment. They're going to have to retrieve just from the doorway of elbow that spike that's down. Nobody in nest to watch that position. So they don't really need to worry too much about anybody contesting this angle. It's free and clear to grab the spike and then move towards whichever site you want. Subroza's eyes are trained on that nest door, expecting somebody to push, possibly a late flank. Wardell instead will scout it out, and with 15 seconds left, you have to be a little bit quicker than that. And Wardell needs to be a little bit more accurate than that as well. Supamen playing around the pillar inside of B. He'll work alongside Derek and get those final 2 cleanup kills. And Rise, through just the halfway point of the halfway of the game, it's Rise up 6-2.
That's rough. I mean, just look at this. No one's checking. They're both looking the wrong way. And Neptune even gets that guiding light perfectly placed for a third. I think he was even expecting more players to be exposed to him there, but not so. And you know what's really frustrating, Parker, for TSM? Look at their kit right now. They've got sheriffs. They've got half shields for the most part. Wardell's going to bring full because he's got knives. And look at all those ults. So much work can be done here. Roll theft. You've got the Seekers. You've got the Cosmic Divide. And again, the knives. But you just don't have the weapons to back them up.
I'm struggling right now and in an unfavorable position, as you noted. This first half has not been kind to TSM. Taking their timeout. And up until this point, it usually pays dividends. After a timeout, TSM tends to win a round or 2, sometimes upwards of 4, as we saw in the very first 2 maps. There's that, though. You don't need to buy some weapons if you got some knives in your hands, and Wardell will take out the imposter of the Jet. Down he goes, and now it's just an absolute calamity in the midst of the site. Hazed finds one of his own. TSM a numbers advantage they need to build upon as the spike gets planted by Bang. Playing around those pyramids, Wardell turns his sight towards the door, and Astra or Cosmic Divide will come out from Astra. Now they'll have to do some more work, but Neptune is there. Supamen as well. The advantage from TSM completely gone. Poised Supamen on such low HP.
Let's do it. What the fuck?
A 4K
fuck.
from Neptune as Rise continues to build off of this.
Never mind.
7-2 for them.
Neptune saying, who needs Phoenix? And beautifully put there on the execute, as Neptune just could not be stopped. Coming in behind the take from TSM. TSM's control of the left side of that A site has been terrible on these entries. And it's been something that's been holding them back pretty much through this entire match, because they're continuing to commit to A without being able to stop anyone from pushing up on them.
Boys.
And
boys.
Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad.
Fucking Kentucky, fuck house now. If you cannot perform this on this map, then I don't trust you.
Match. You either win here or you're done. TSM need to give us some more.
No faith.
Well, don't sleep on this matchup, by the way. It was billed by the analysts and people in the community as being a huge game for both these teams, not just in relation to this event itself, but also for those last chance qualifiers. And all the team that prevails here makes it.
They need my direction.
We'll have to wait and see what
they need my assistance
at Berlin. Right now, we came into this matchup with TSM being the favorite, and if you looked at the poll results, by the way, 70% of the community thought that TSM was going to prevail here on Breeze, and the matchup is
Kentucky
far from
fuck
done.
house.
It's still entirely possible that TSM can win this.
Oh, there we go.
Surely that light
Welcome
is
to the house.
for them.
Welcome.
Bright spot though.
Welcome on in.
TSM come in. First hazed, subroza joins in. Leviathan has control looking towards pyramids. He's not too far off of subroza. Out goes
Welcome on in.
Capitalized and poised is down for the count. They're sweeping right through and just crushing Rise. Supamen and Shanks. Will you retake? Where are you going to go?
Take it as shit.
Superman's going to walk right into the
take it as shit.
hazed unless he looks the right way. Superman hits 8 shots like he's been doing so far today. Spike goes down. There's one for Shanks.
No.
This is eminently more winnable than it was just seconds ago. Knives come out from Shanks. Leviathan says no thank you. No retake this time. Superman is the Viper in a 1v3. So far, Rise have been in the driver's seat. First half is almost done. Leviathan wanders right into Superman's waiting arms. Operator in front of him, but he says no thank you. Instead, he'll go up top.
There's no way he 1v2s, right?
He's not going to move a muscle. Trailblazer goes out. It hits Superman. There goes the Viper bite.
There's no way.
On to Subroza. Is he doing any damage? No, Subroza just avoiding it for now. He'll go on it.
There's no way.
Astra trying to pull him in, and Subroza's the one to finish the job. TSM take the round. They've got a steady hill to climb. They're close, and
let's go, baby. Let's go.
The explosion from the spike.
That's not good.
Okay,
actually.
Parker, that's markedly different on the execute from TSM than what we've been seeing from them on A so far.
Yup. Because I pulled out the Kentucky fuck house. That's power of the coach.
That birdbang right there, followed up by Leviathan's peak. They're actually using their control to full clear A before they try going for the spike plant. So they're finishing the first job before transferring to the second, and it makes all the difference. It leaves much less opportunity for Rise to make that retake happen, and even despite that, Rise almost did.
Same thing.
Not so. Early
Let it bang.
in this round,
Come on.
We'll get the lead-off kill.
No.
Immediately by Shank.
Hey, wake up!
On bridge, and you still got Derek up close on these pyramids. He's missing his shots though, and Leviathan won't. A 3 versus 3.
Hey yo, grab the bomb. Hey yo, grab the bomb.
Down goes the Viper's pit.
Dude, big pieces of utility right there. Bang lines him up, but Shanks says, not today, boyo. One shot from the operator downs him. 3 more available for the Jet. All that utility being expended. Spike has still not been planted. It's in the very capable hands of Leviathan with Wardell not too far off. There we go. Telltale sign. Wardell misses his shot against Shanks. All 3 kills so far in Shanks' hands, and he and Wardell in a fight to the death. Down below he goes.
Yep.
Wardell's better than him. He's got the Vandal in hand. Supamen in a 1v2 now. You have to be very careful about this one. Can't necessarily see where they are. Wardell's position over by bridge, likely known, called out.
Jet diff.
Rise don't want to lose their grip on this first half. And
going up against
TSM
Wardell.
Than they need to be. Wardell up top. Nice shot from Superman, but he's running out of time. It's do or die now. You got to get in. You got to grab on that spike. There you go. Pre-fire from Leviathan. Superman has no intel, though. Deteriorating slowly but surely. The Viper's Nest falls, and he gets right back on it. His HP coming back. Leviathan moves over, and he wins the duel. Another round for TSM as we go to the final round of the first half.
Act up, you can get snatched up.
Wow.
Act up, you can get snatched up.
Super crucial.
Act up, you can get snatched up. Dirty ass baby girl, you need to back up.
Those two
got money Miami, and I know I got my
the difference in that round is the initial fight on the entry to the site. We saw the lethal TSM that we saw in the last round.
The girls, you have any nose going platinum?
Also, a solid hold.
I ain't fucking with no random, period.
Back and forth. They actually set Rise up for success.
Come on, baby.
One crucial thing, though, we did
take us to 5-7. Take us to 5-7. They're fighting for mid control here.
The rest of his team,
we know what they're doing.
A little bit too drawn out.
Let's react around it.
To be able to succeed there.
Well, the comeback is beginning for TSM. It might have been a little bit after they took their time out, but they've certainly settled themselves down, and they've been able to isolate some of the players from Rise. Very well done after Shanks had gone on that reign of terror.
Eat him, eat him.
He
choked, he choked, he choked!
Favoring this A site. Having a lot of success recently. Will continue, and they just sweep right through.
He choked!
Neural theft comes out. You got to use it or you lose it. As the first half is basically done, Shanks picks up 1 immediately out of the way. 2 for him, trying to get concussed as Bang knows that he's got to win this fight. It's a 2v2. What was TSM having the upper hand has very quickly gone away, evaporated. Dried up right in front of their very eyes. Leviathan gets 1, and Shanks will need to be the hero. He pulls out the knives, and up he goes. But you're looking in the wrong direction. Get away from it. It's you and Bang in a 1v1. TSM know they need to
he right clicks.
Shanks gets shut down by Bang. The first half is in the
Shanks.
books. TSM managed a nice comeback at the end, but still leads.
Buzzer beater.
Wow, Parker, I really thought that Shanks was going to be able to clutch up in the air.
We found a few rounds, man.
He had a lot of advantage.
Thank God.
And what great shots landed by him on the retake into the side.
Thank God.
In the
No
end,
shit he
just
missed the
not
right
enough.
click,
Raised
bro.
the tailwind.
He had 3 knives. Man's had 2 knives inside. Right click. Yikes. Yikes. Yikes.
I wish I was dead.
This is not the vibe. Come on, baby. Come on. Boys, if you're watching this, you got this. Wardell, you got this. Subroza, you got this. Leviathan, you're meant for this fucking moment, baby. Bang, you too, bitch. Hazed, just another day in the fucking office, bro. Take it home. Take it home. Take it home.
Something round of the game.
Don't say it, Parker.
Take it home.
I mean, with the way these teams are playing and with the way
Don't you want to
that
go to
first
your
half
home?
ended, is it so
Bring
wrong
it
if I want
home.
that to be the result?
Don't you want the W to be home?
No, it's not wrong. You're just, I mean, you are tempting fate, but
Bring
doesn't
it
seem like it's
home.
intentional, so who knows? We'll see. Little bit of a scratch there on Supamen. Long range fight here for him. And another long range for Neptune and Wardell, but Neptune is the better in that heads-up gunfight.
Oh, you're going to try to outduel Neptune.
Rise!
I would argue.
Rise!
Probably the best shot on the server at the present moment. The closest contemporary for him, other than Wardell, has been Supamen. So you've got your own teammate as the next lethal force. Rise on attack, by the way. They come into the second half with a lead. They'll start off the very first pistol round, not just with a kill on the Wardell. That's a high priority target, but then they'll also get the spike down, and Supamen takes out 2 before getting stunned by the Trailblazer and finished off by Subroza through the wall. Still an advantage for Rise. Out goes the flash. Doesn't hit poised at all. They know he's there, and Subroza will peek around the corner. Poised reaction time, just not good enough.
Yasin Tufik.
Lab, young friend.
Wallah.
3v2 now, and Shanks will make that a 3v1. Leviathan falls. Subroza, who's been good so far, looks the wrong way. Too many angles, and Shanks will punish him for that. Rise take the very first pistol round, as they've been good on pistols all day.
Yeah, actually, I
don't think Rise is
have been
DMCA free. I don't think I can
just
play
the
it.
pistol team between these two. And you were talking about Supamen right before he actually managed to get that beautiful 2-piece. And the fact that Wardell was down early really caused a lot of problems. If we're talking about the lethality of these players,
GG's, we lost. It's not over. It's not over. Stop.
So you lose the first pistol round, lose the first half, but you make a recovery. Then you lose the second pistol round. The recovery's momentum effectively halted.
Not over.
Now it's tricky for TSM, especially
I like
as
that
they're
play.
making
I
plays
like
these.
that play.
Obviously,
I like that
not
play, but it just didn't work. But I like that play.
repeat for Neptune.
Come on,
as he
Bang.
just
Come on,
walks
Bang.
in. Finally, Bang will shut him down, but just one as the toxic screen goes up. Takes 2 kills.
This is the round that matters.
Round.
This is the round
Parker's
that
9-5
fucking
on the
matters.
I feel like we just started.
Come on.
Just like that. I mean, not to add insult to injury here, but you have to ask
Guys,
yourself
silence.
what the
Silence.
mental situation
Silence.
is for TSM at the
This
moment.
is the fucking round.
In the last
Silence.
hour and 30 minutes, TSM has
This
won
is
a
the
total of
fucking
5
round.
rounds. 6 rounds, somewhere in that window. That is a number that nobody on that team is going to be happy or confident with, unless there's a lengthy delay. That is quite a small number. Rise are hitting their shots. Their utility is working well. They're coordinating and rotating effectively, reading the sights on attack effectively, and also reading the attacks well when they're on defense. And you've got Shanks seemingly able to hit just about anything. Hazed will sit him down, though. So for the remainder of this round, however long it may be, he'll sit on the bench.
Come on, baby.
Looked like it was an A take coming in for Rise. They might be thinking something different as Subroza's floated over towards mid, but he hits the pillar and, well, his line of sight is gone. Instead, his focus is going to be over towards the connector, linking to B.
Playing the same way Neptune's played, or Neptune played when he was on defense. And look at this push. Down goes Neptune.
No.
Think of his name and he will die, I suppose. And Poised does get the re, but an even man count as that mid control goes the way of Rise.
Okay.
And of course, Rise have that upper hand from the first 2 rounds. They didn't go full buy, though, so now they can start to pick up the weaponry that TSM is dropping after TSM went full buy after those first 2 losses.
Hey, dot,
next round and imperil them. With how close Rise is to match point, that's not ideal. Hayes now will shoot away at the recon dart, but it's a little bit too slow. Cage goes out to try and distract from it, playing around the safety of the pyramid. Derek with that Ares, he loves it so. Bang, obviously, not a fan. TSM in a 2v3. Hazed dropped. Leviathan last alive. Playing up top. What can he do? Takes out Derek. Nicely done. I'll have to go against the toxic screens. The plant goes down successfully. It's Supamen and Poised as they'll manage to get away. Firing from Leviathan. The tracers won't register. He'll be spotted by that turret if he doesn't choose wisely. And he sees the turret. He'll go onto the plant. They know where he is. They're going to have to be quick. Supamen sees him. It's a tight angle, but with the Bulldog, he wins the fight. And Rise ever closer to putting TSM out of their misery.
Oh boy. Okay, so mid could have gone a lot better for TSM, obviously. Even exchange there. This is gonna... Wow. Already, Parker.
I mean, at what point?
Right.
If you're TSM,
that's what I'm saying.
If you're TSM, you go full buy. That is, with where we're at in the game right now, that previous round was basically a must-win for TSM.
Yeah.
Because they're almost certain to lose this one. It's going to put Rise up to 11. Rise can save for the next round because they're not going to need to buy outside of maybe the utility they use, and if a couple people die, then they can then obviously buy for them. Which means that now you're only 2 rounds away, and TSM is 6 rounds behind. You have no choice but to do it right now.
Yeah, it really is. It's their only option, and that's, I mean, that's part of it though, Parker. It's an already type deal. And we were talking about how Rise's coordination was impeccable. I think that's their main thing. It's the fact that Rise is they're doing so well at playing together as a team, but also they've got so many lethal weapons. Nobody's really dropping, no one's putting up slack here, Parker. Rise is across the board performing in a lethal role, and on the other hand, TSM is practically discordant here on Breeze, and that's scary. Now, obviously, I don't know what the comms are like, but at least in their coordination, it's not there.
No, Michael, Lethal Weapon's a movie from the 80s.
You hadn't done it yet today, so
I had to
you
get
get
one.
Parker.
Who doesn't like Lethal Weapon? I don't know. Bangs down for the count, by the way. Shanks has been wonderful in the second half thus far, hitting all of his shots. He was good at the tail end of the first 2 with that operator in hand, but now in this case, he's going to make it work with the Vandal. Pulled out and ready. Beautiful shot from Subroza onto Poised. Downtown might as well have been in his spawn, and that's a pick that they desperately need. You need to recover the weapon that Poised dropped if you're TSM. That's going to be absolutely crucial. You need that weaponry to contend.
Here.
Creeping up to elbow, though, is Supamen, and Hayes might just stray right into his line of sight. There you go. Plowed by the Bulldog. Supamen doesn't need to do too much else. He can just continue to back away.
Just man advantage, weaponry advantage, and Rise are still being cautious and still playing together. Patience there just netted them another freebie.
Well, unfortunately for TSM, I'm not entirely certain what they can do to turn this one around after they took that timeout, especially when Shanks is hitting shots like that.
Come on, Levy.
Peek around, the Marshal gets called out, and down one goes. Spike planted as well, but the location of Leviathan given away. Subroza was great with that first shot, but he still just has the Sheriff in hand. He's going to have to do some work, maybe pick up a weapon, and there's 2 on the ground surrendered by both Shanks and Poised. Numbers advantage still favors Rise right now as they're sitting very patiently around the spike, mother henning it almost, not letting anybody get particularly close. Eric will watch one way as Subroza will pop on up, taking some damage, peeks around the corner, and it's a bullet pen kill! Derek pivots, 3 kills for him on the round, if I do believe, and Rise continue to move forward. They're only 2 rounds away from winning the series.
Well, at this point, Parker, it's looking pretty solid, but it's not quite done yet. As we've seen, and as you could see from the play from Rise, they know TSM are still lethal when they're down bad. That last round was a lot closer than it had any right to be, considering we had Sheriffs and Marshals in the hands of TSM. Almost a comeback on that one, almost a thrifty, not quite. A's really aggressive on A. He'll fall back quick as soon as he places his utility. Wardell now, operator, I believe, in hand. Yes, indeed. He hasn't had a lot of these through this map, but finally he gets what he wants, and he might even get to pick up poised. Depends on the timing of that situation.
Wardell's impact as a whole has not been particularly strong as TSM have their struggles thus far. Neptune trying to capitalize. It's an absolute mess inside the site. Utility being tossed back and forth. Ultimate's out as well. And people all over the site completely blinded. And who walks away with the lead? But it's Rise. And there's another for them to continue to add. Shanks 2 big kills. They can smell match point.
Bullet in the chamber will stop all of the pain. Blood on the wall drips just like red rain. Feel my soul seep out with each line from the blade. No one sings along to the songs that I have made. Deep in thought like Socrates, I am not your property. Treated like a mockery, glad no one is stopping me. Not when you should idolize, this is my final goodbye. But if I ever hurt you, I truly apologize.
Which is what his goal is going to be, can further help the team. He's sitting up top at the metal doors inside of Hall, watching really the only 2 angles he can get pressured from. You can hear that spike gets ever closer. The round at this point is over. We might be 1 round away from the series being over as well. Leviathan seems quite successful in staying alive. He doesn't engage with poise. He decides to hide instead, narrowly escaping the explosion radius of that spike. And it's match point for Rise.
Wow. Slow bleed out on the floor there for TSM in that last round, but a definitive kill for Rise. The execution there on 2A was just too lethal. One of the things that I'm noticing with Rise is that there is no hesitation. They take their opportunity of engagement off the sky's guiding light or off of Supamen's Viper Pit, you know, whatever the case be. They're taking their opportunities and they're committing to them. Shanks as well as that X factor on Jet. I mean, he's the ideal Jet right now, and he's really putting up the performance that you need on these entries. Now, at the beginning of this, potentially the last one. I don't know yet, but potentially. I see mid-control early for Rise.
Leviathan saved, by the way, so he can toss that Phantom over to Wardell, but Shanks says no thanks. So good so far for Rise. The winner of this matchup has a duel against Edset, and Shanks is making it his own all the while. It's none other than the Kansas City Shuffle. You look left while they look right. TSM is not need to worry about Rise's presence inside a B by pillar, spike going down, and TSM is phased Wardell to contend. This is also a spot at the last chance qualifiers. Rise Nation can taste it. They know it. They're just seconds away. Oh my, but Hayes gets 2. Holy smokes. They still have a fighting chance. It's now a 2v2. Their matchup on the line. And Wardell be the hero. No, Derek takes him down, so Hayes will have to do it all. He's been involved in so many altercations. Completely blind. And the man of the hour, Neptune, sends TSM home. Goodness gracious, Rise will continue their march towards Berlin as they take the series 2-1.
What?
Broken. What is the point? Everything's dark except the light from this joint. Lately they say they hate the way I cope. It's hang from the clouds or hang from a rope. I've done some things for which I can't atone. I grab the blade and cut down past the bone. She'll never love me, I know the truth's ugly. I'll hide away and push everyone from me. In my mind, I face resistance. Wanna be alone, but I hate the distance. Honestly, I don't know what to think now. I know I'm not the best to be around. Wanna die? Put me in a coffin. Pop 20 pills, hope nobody stops it. When I die, don't act like it's shocking. Gave you all the signs, now I'm done talking. I guess that I gotta go now, feeling like a candle. Man, that's finna go out, roll up the dope. I just need it to slow down. Vision turns black while I fade to the background. When I die, I know they won't miss me. Give it a week and then they will forget me. I live for the present, not future or past. Roll up a gram, I just wanna relax. Don't wanna be alone, but I know it's for the best. My head's like my room, cause that shit is a mess. Catch me in the backyard, sparking a blunt.